Yo, what is up, guys? How's the Requiem here? We are finally back on the TCG channel with some more gameplay. The last couple of videos I was playing Branded, and I did do a deck profile for that. I'm no longer playing Branded. I was sort of playing Branded out of fear of not having a deck that was good enough or understanding the game well enough. But now I'm playing Elfnote, and I actually do understand the deck pretty well. And I was able to get a couple of good placements with it off camera. But this is just one of the games that I struggle with a lot more. This is against Blitzcliqe, and I will make another video on a Blitzcliqe matchup in the future, but Blitzcliqe is the most difficult matchup for me and probably this deck. I've never beaten it. I'm about 0-20 against the deck. I've been playing online a little bit and with friends, but yeah, this is probably the worst matchup I could possibly go into, and I'm essentially guaranteed to play against it every single local that I go to. So I'm guaranteed 0-1 at every local from now on. So it's kind of interesting, but let's see what happens in this duel. So here my opponent goes first, and they activate the field spell, which lets them essentially put a token on my side of the field and search. I'm going to activate Fualos, and this is paired with the Ryziel deck, so I might get a few draws off the Fualos. And here he goes with the Ryziel combos. The Blitzcliqe cards are really cool. They activate in response to other cards being destroyed. So if they only open with Blitzcliqe cards, it's kind of difficult for them to get the ball rolling. And you'll definitely see that in the other matchup that I'll post in the coming days. But here they start with Ryziel stuff. They go Detonator. They destroy some stuff. And they summon Blitzcliqe monsters. The Blitzcliqe monster you have to be really worried about is the Whisker, which can essentially, in response to a monster effect that is not activated in the hand, so field, grave, banished, what have you, you can summon as many Thunder monsters from your hand as you want, up to 3, and then destroy that many cards on the field. Which is very problematic against a deck like mine, which has a bunch of ignition effects that don't activate on summon and no quick effects that can activate during my turn. So maybe Elfnote is not the deck for this upcoming format, but we will see as we get more familiar with the matchup. And I believe I bell the Ryziel Cross here in attempts to draw a card, because you never know what could be in that hand. You get a glimpse at my hand. I have Fallen of the Virtuous, a Terminus, two Reginas, and a Lucina. And I'm going to try to essentially push through this as much as I can. So let's get to my turn. So you see my draw for turn was the Vidolium, and I go Terminus here to grab immediate secure by sending the Nervado. You should aside the Nervado while going second, but this is game one. So I'm going to try to make a Verudrus to try to keep baiting out the Detonator, so hopefully all his destruction effects can stop. And then the Whisker can also negate monster effects that are not activated in the hand, so that's kind of problematic again. And Whisker is pretty big. I think it's 3,000 or like 28 or something. So it's not exactly something I can just beat over. And even if I did, the other two would trigger to give them searches because they saw other cards get destroyed. When I say a card saw something, I mean it was on the field for when it happened. I activate the Vidolium here to try to special a Power Patron. Because of course I have the Elfnote Power Patron in hand after letting me search, but he's going to wind up popping the Vidolium with the face-up trap card that he placed off the spell card. I do have I believe a Genia in hand as well. I still have my two Reginas and my Fallen of the Virtuous, so I do have a few countermeasures, but of course the Detonator can protect itself if I try to destroy it. So, and he still has the Ryziel Cross. I'm just using the Nervado, not the Nervado to summon the Nerva now. And then I get to summon from deck, but he's gonna negate that with the Ryziel Cross. And then after everything happens here with not being able to go for the Verudrus, I just normal summon Meteors Appear and go effect. Try to summon from the deck. He's reading the Nerva, make sure it doesn't do anything too dangerous. He's gonna pop it, but he's gonna let it go through. He's gonna ogre it actually, so I get a power patron from deck. I'm just checking my extra deck to see what I can do. I'm gonna summon the level 10 from deck so that I can still attempt to Verudrus. Which is actually, I mean, I don't know. I probably should have summoned the Elfnote Power Patron so I could try to make a Black Rose Dragon and bait out some more stuff because I still have my Reginas in hand. Here, we're just gonna make Verudrus. We're going to get the Lucina popped, unfortunately. But now the middle zone is open. We're gonna negate with the Verudus here, and we're going to choose to destroy a card. And we're going to just destroy the trap card. Oh, the Regina didn't get popped. We sent it for cost with the Regina to attempt to use the effect to summon from deck, and then we get it negated. So we'll get it popped. We're gonna summon the Elfnote Power Patron anyway to try and extend with the Tinia in our hand. Of course, it is an ignition effect. We have the opportunity to Whisker here to pop it. We place the continuous spell. For some reason, he lets us do that, but at that point, there's nothing left. So game 2. Alrighty, so here into game 2, he has the perfect 5-card combo. Perulia, Fuolos, Sword X, Field Spell, and I have 4 different Power Patrons and Etherealize in my hand. So, here we're going to, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do here, playing double Mulch Armies, so we just go for the Verudus to hopefully negate any hand traps that he draws. If we negate a hand trap, then we only need to use 1 material, so we still have a follow-up negate. So here we go, summoning the Nerva from the extra deck and summoning a level 10. Give him 3 draws here, which is not ideal at all. Then we go Serialize to stack the top of his deck. And we send the Medius to the graveyard. And then, I forget what I do here. I summon the Medius from grave, which of course we're not under the graveyard Mulch Army, the Meowls, so that's fine. And we go Medius effect. We place the thing, and then we normal summon the Power Patron to draw 2 cards. And then, not really else much we can do, so we just set our 2 cards here and pass turn. I do have some side cards in the game, but he does activate the Fallen of the Virtuous, which immediately banishes our Medius because it was summoned by its own effect. Then he gets to place the trap card face up, which can, I believe, negate spells, or is it it's either the one that adds or the one that negates spells. But he summons one from hand off the destruction of a card, either off of destruction or a normal summon. I forget which one. But he has effects in hand. He's just using Ryziel cards. He's not using Blitzcliqe cards yet. But he still has a field spell, and as soon as I realize he has the field spell, it's just dead. So he just starts popping everything. Uses X to send. And then he has full Ryziel combo basically. Gets rid of the Verudus. We get to destroy a card, but that triggers the spell to add back to hand. We destroy, but he has field spell in hand, so that's essentially full combo. We have a small judge call here because I go Terminus to banish his monster face down when he smashes an minion. He doesn't believe I can do that, but Terminus does specify that it's when the Power Patron battles, not just when it declares an attack. So that's pretty cool that we get to do that sort of defensively. But at this point, he's way too far ahead. He has 3 face-down cards. We have a token on our side of the field and a Power Patron, and I don't really think there's much we can do here, but let's see how I attempt to get out of this. So I draw for turn, and in the draw phase, he uses the trap to cycle his extra spell card, and then I just Synchro Summon into Black Rose Dragon, and go Black Rose, Chainlink 1, and then Power Patron, Chainlink 2 to search. He's looking through his face-down cards to see if there's anything he can really do. But it's not really gonna happen like that. He's gonna use Fallen Virtuous to pop my Black Rose just because he wants the follow-up. But it doesn't really matter because the Black Rose would have destroyed itself anyway. And now we get to search for an Elfnote. And that is going to be, I believe, most likely, yeah, the Tinia. And then our middle zone is now open because of the Black Rose effect. And now, but his field is also open, so we get to activate a Mulch Army and chain the trap card to search. So, he has another field spell in his hand, so his follow-up for next turn is very big. We're going to go through the graveyard here to make sure we didn't mill too many Power Patron cards. And here we special summon Tinia, and it is an ignition effect, so he's going to go draw a card, he's going to go Whisker, pop it, and then that's game.
Congrats, or GG.
Did you just say congrats?
Congrats is fucking
Congrats on
Congrats on the loss.
Congrats on what?
He's teabagging me right now.
Congrats on the loss of the thing.
I just
Oh my
heard,
God.
did you just fucking say congrats?
What the fuck you mean congrats?
Congrats on your loss.